your brother Major, my mama's favorite hope dealer, and I'm always keeping it locked with my brother DL. That's right, on DL's Backstage Pass radio show. Now that's Major.
All right. Y'all heard what he said. It's Major, man. And y'all go check out on DL's Backstage Pass radio show on iHeart, Amazon, Spotify, Spreaker, and he's got a new single out called Prayed for You, and that is a blessed single. All right. Janie Ford, thank you so much. Janie, where are you from? Let us know where you're from. Yeah, you're an official Backstage Pass holder.
I like her.
We just want to know where you're from. That's right. She will destroy her career like this. Yeah. And enablers are terrible. They're terrible because they always try to be politically correct. You see where politics has us in the state of being right now, but I digress. All right. Let's talk about Joy Reid. Joy Reid was let go from MSNBC. They said they were doing cutbacks. They done hired new productions and teams and all that. And they said that the ratings were the biggest influence in the decision. Ladies, I'm sure y'all familiar with Miss Joy. Joy didn't hold her tongue. She stood up not only for just black women, but black folk. Very strongly opinionated, but educated in her opinions. She was the reason why we followed over to MSNBC. Joy, Marsh Media would love for you to, say we could use some of your old shows, and yeah, we'd love to have you over at Marsh Media. But I digress. Do you think it was because she has historically been rough on the new leadership, or do you really think it was because of the ratings? Tammy, Daphney, what say ye?
It wasn't because of the ratings. I do not believe that. Come on now. Come on. No, it wasn't because of the ratings. They found an opportunity. They've probably been like, okay, we need to do, they probably already shaky about it because, again, she is very, very opinionated. But, again, she's educated and she's never, she always has the, the top of the line demeanor. Like, just like the mayor embarrassed me, this lady makes me proud. So,
the different dynamics.
Yeah, totally different dynamics. So, they see this opportunity now to dim her light. So they trying, but I see her doing much bigger things. It's about to be
Daphney
amazing for her.
So I really like Joy. She's whatever comes up comes out, but politically. I like how she phrased things. I really believe that this is part of the administration's right. It is what it is. It's with her, with the whole DEI thing, and with her really calling out some things of the administration. So I think that I know it hasn't. I don't believe as well, Tammy, that it's because of ratings. It is because when you call out things, and people see, you call out for people to see, and also to this whole the face of her platform. So they're trying to change the look of the platform. So I just hate that. But one thing I can say, her next platform, same thing with Don Lemon. It's the next platform, she's gonna be all in. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Because she's created a great following. And they're gonna follow her to the next platform.
Yep.
Definitely. In our conversations and things pre-show, and we chop up about topics and what we think would be good. And, should I bother that? Should I not? Y'all know I'm very big on sometimes we will be forced into doing some things when we ignore that we should have done a thing. And we started off at the top of the show, and I teased a little bit with separate, but inclusive or separate. And what's the word I'm looking for?
Separate but equal.
Equal.
Separate but equal. Yeah. We have to stop relying on other owners, media outlets to appropriately tell our stories. And y'all know how long I've been preaching Marsh Media and collaboration over competition. Black Wall Street was Black Wall Street in the area and dynamic of it was because Miss Sarah went to Mr. Jenkins' grocery store, and then Mr. Jenkins got his produce from Miss Sarah's farm. Then after we went to the grocery store, we went over to Tammy's table, tantalizing treats, and we ate there. And then we walked over to the movie picture house, and we all sat down and we watched a movie. And then we walked over to Daphne's house of pleasure, and then I'm not meaning that but we watched shows, live shows, where dancers danced and bands played and singers sang, and they shot pool and they threw darts, and then we went home and we sat on the porch and we talked to each other. And we built schools, and our kids walked to school together, and our neighbors taught our kids in the classrooms, and we knew the business owners that we were supporting because they were of our community. Well, we're going to get a chance to know a Don Lemon. We're going to get a chance to know a Joy Reid. We're going to get a chance to know a Daphne Hilton, a Tammy Taylor, a D.L. Marshall. We're going to get a chance to know a Billy Bird. We're going to get a chance to know a Lady J. We're going to get a chance to know a Boss Lady. We're going to get a chance to know these people because we got to see the writing on the wall, which is collective. That name was not something I thought of. That was given to me by God. A collective of fingers make a fist that is more powerful than a palm for a slap.
Wow.
And we've been slapping back at America as a community rather than punching. And as much money as America messed up and allowed us as Black people to make, why are we not a collective?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Why don't we own our own university? Why don't we own our own schoolyard? Why don't we own our own factory? All it starts is with one. Who cares who runs it? Because if we ride in the same car to the same company long enough, sooner or later it's going to be two cars in the parking lot instead of one. And them two cars going to turn into four. Sooner or later we're going to have two schools instead of one. Sooner or later we're going to have to build another factory. Sooner or later that one college done receive all the graduates from the two school. We got to build another one. Sooner or later one media company ain't gonna be able to house all the ingenuitive ideals and storytellers that we have, that another media company is gonna spawn off of that one. And then you guess what? You have another Black revolution called Wall Street. This time the revolution has to be televised. How else will it be seen? Because we don't stick together long enough for us to do an underground railroad no more.
Wow.
I'm just saying, y'all, it's the writing's on the wall. And I've been called a conspiracy theorist, thinker all my life because I've thought like this. I've spoke like this all my life. I don't trust nothing at face value just because it's face value. Mr. Clarence ain't selling his pickles at 50 cents. While Mr. Luther selling his at $1.50 just because he nice. What could be wrong with these pickles? Why are they so cheap? How is he able to get them for so cheap? So let's think about this. If Daphney sell pickles and I want to sell pickles and she sell kosher deals, why would I go into business selling kosher deals? Why wouldn't I sell hot?
Thank you.
So when you want your kosher deals, you go to Daphney. When you want your hots, you come to DL.
Mm-hmm.
Now you start eating these pickles, you're gonna get thirsty because it's vinegar in them. Then all of a sudden, Tammy has a cool drink stand, and we all right down the sidewalk from each other, working together.
It's enough for everybody.
Come on, man. We gotta stop thinking our ideal is better than someone else's ideal. Now watch this and start thinking that my ideal is better with your ideal. And every ideal can't couple. But there are enough of us that we can completely show America. Now, everybody's saying about this the 28th. Are we gonna stop? Are we gonna stop on the 28th? Is that it? We gonna do this more? I saw where some extra. You got to send that to me too, Daph. Don't forget.
I did. I'll send it to you again.
Yes, because I didn't see it. You sent it to me like that song. It took you about 6 times to send that music over to me.
Are you calling me out
in front of everybody? Dude, like called you out in front of everybody.
You know why I did that? Yeah, he called you, Tiffany. Yeah, he did.
You did.
Maybe. I'm sorry, Daphne. That's my old age. I said something I didn't know. I'm sorry.
I see.
It's my old timers. I'm sorry.
I see.
But you see how classy that smile stay plastic? But she ain't smiling at me in her mind. Boy, I can imagine what she calling me. I can imagine what she calling me in her mind. Why you chocolate covered mofo you?
I would say something, but I'm not.
That smile's so pretty too.
That's what make it dangerous. But listen,
let's keep going.
Perfect for the timing. Because working together, there are going to be some things that we say that's going to offend one another. But you see what Daphney just showed? That was called composure. She didn't get beside herself. What James Brown said, Mr. Bird, I ain't gonna let you make me come out myself. Yeah. You got to hold on to your integrity. Everything is not for public consumption.
Yes.
All right. So the next time you youngsters, next time you old youngsters want to sound like you just all that and you keeps it real. Well, the realest kept is the discreet kept. Discretion, that's keeping it real. Because when you can be discreet about what you do, that means you got some self-control. Ooh, watch this, boy. That boy show is. I can be all things to all men and I might win some. Look at this now. That self-control to save your life. In Proverbs, I believe in 25 said that a man without self-control is like a city without walls. He broken down. I didn't say it. Proverbs did.
That's the Bible.
When you ain't got walls around you, guess what? You can't keep nothing from getting in. But more scarier, you can't keep nothing from getting out. So to my sister Leandria Johnson, self-control. To my sister Tiffany Hingett, self-control. Even to 47, self-control. Self-control. Because that man is in that office to put the writing on the wall, and we see it. Hey, what's up, Red? We see the writing on the wall. Now, are we going to adhere to it? Or are we going to do like we did the first 45 time around? Last time we couldn't go outside. Now here we are again. Now we can go outside this time, but we sure scared to fly.
Man, when I tell you.
I prayed for you too. I prayed for you.
I'm praying for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God.
Listen, I don't want no Tesla because I didn't want no car driving me by itself. I sure don't want him fooling around with planes flying by himself. I don't want no Tesla plane. And ain't it funny that the Spirit is the only plane ain't failed?
You got a question?
I got a question.
That's a good one.
Oh Lord, I bet you it's from Red, ain't it? Let me see.
That's a good one too.
Okay, dear. How do you tell someone with uncontrollable demons self-control? All right, that's a real good question. It don't even matter the demon. It's uncontrollable because you have lent yourself to the dynamic of bondage, right?
Wow.
It takes what we said in the beginning with Leandra Johnson, the people that are handling her, the people that are booking her, if that's what you're talking about. We'll use that for example. It takes prayer. It takes supplication. How can a drunk man become sober? Fast from alcohol. How can an obese man get smaller? Fast from eating. How can an angry man fast from cussing? Stay away from volatile situations. Listen to me. When the man was in the graveyard cutting himself up with rocks, he was out of his mind, filled with demons. But when the presence of God walk up on you, you know he had enough sense to look up and say, Lord, why are you bothering me?
That right there. He stood to attention.
And when you are in the midst of your addiction, that is like spirits or that uncontrollable demon, as it was said. It embodies you, isn't overtaking you. And the spirit of godliness, righteousness, irritates it. So even those folks still know God. But are you going to submit? And control is being able to turn over something that you don't want to. Let me see. She said, go on. Take your text. Clearly, the faith is lacking. So how do we fast and pray? Well, there is a dispensation of grace. And I know I'm preaching to the choir. But for those that may have these questions, there is a dispensation of grace. That time will run out. We just don't know, unfortunately, when that time is. And in the course of that time running its course, Pharaoh, there is something called reprobate. That you can be just so hard-headed, you can ignore so many signs that hell will engulf itself, or it will expand so that it can engulf, because that lets you know more people going to hell than they going to heaven. Because more people choose to. Not because God can't save everybody. One of the most honest things I ever heard a parishioner say when a pastor asked them, why are they taking so long to come to Christ? And man looked at that pastor in the face and said, Pastor, I like coming to church. I love how I feel when I come to church. But sometimes I just want to do what I just want to do. And that's the mindset of a lot of people. When a person just want to do what they just want to do, you just got to leave them alone to do what they want to do. Everybody ain't gonna be reached. That's why the Bible says that don't you take offense. It is not you that they reject, but it is me on the enter of you that they reject. What did they rejecting us for? We ain't got no power. We ain't get up on no cross. We didn't get up on no cross. We didn't roll no stone away. We didn't raise up from the grave. We ain't got no power, let alone all power. Death still has a sting to these mortal bodies, but not to the one we profess, not to the one we surrender to. So, if we're going to make sure that we live a heaven-bound life, we're going to have to do it his way. His will has to become ours. There's going to be some people that's going to want to debate what I just said, and what I just said in my belief factor is not up for debate.
Yeah.
I know how my life has changed by those principles. Because we. And there's some people going to watch this. There's some people watching this that know. I ain't lying when I say we. Shoot, I got a lawyer speaking on my behalf in court right now because I did not use self-control. I ain't ashamed. Man, I get on here and I crack jokes because I'm a comedian. But I speak word because I'm a child of God.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, we understand that the reprobate mind and all that. But you said Leandra self-control herself got her in this. So the question is for you, why are you telling her that? How does that help? Okay, so we want to argue. Let's do it. Not debate. I know, but I know Red. And I know what she's clawing at, and so she about to get what it is she was scratching that scab for. Not debating your behalf. I'm poking as I'm asking as hope pusher. How are you helping? First of all, the first help is to the discussion, what you and I are having in this comment. Second of all, you're probably gonna have to go back to the front of this video that I've already discussed that when we get done with this. Thirdly, I didn't say that Leandria alone needed self-control. I said that we as children of God need to display more self-control. Yes, sucker. I called you out on there. I sure did. DL's backstage pass, full access. Yeah, I knew exactly what you was doing. I'm here for it. Anchor down, chump. Let's get ready for it. Fly high, sucker. First class. Pull the curtain back so people in coach don't hear what we talking about. All right.
Lord.
Daphney, I told you I knew what she was doing.
I see. Because she said, don't call me a sucker on air. I see it.
Right. Self-control is not something that happens in a moment. Self-control is a work that learned technique. You know how many times that we got spankings for things that we knew we was going to get spankings for, but we wanted to do what we did to get the spanking? Then all of a sudden you was like, man, this lady ain't going to stop hitting me. So let me stop doing what I'm doing to get hit. Well, that's the same thing when you're talking about our Father in heaven. He chastens those that he loves. But after a while, what mama say? I done all I can do for you. What daddy say? Boy, I can't keep putting my hands on you. I'm going to kill you. So it's obvious that you want to do what it is you want to do. So I'm going to release you. I'm going to release you to you. So you got to go. You can't do it my way. You got to go. And that's how God talks to us. If you can't do it my way, you got to go. Now, how? First off is to have a desire to. Leandra's how and DL's house is two different hows.
Wow.
How I came to my level of self-control is going to be completely different. It's our own soul salvation. And that's where I think a lot of people get in trouble. There is not a blanket plan. Although we all individually read out the same playbook, a football team can have some similar plays, but when you have different personnel, you can't execute it all the same. So what I do for me, Red, I can't give that to her and tell her it's gonna work. Yeah, she said I love to stir him up. That's when it all comes up. So yeah, that there though was good for people that may have had those questions that don't catch me in live show. They wind up reading this back. So yeah, just like you can go to the same trainer, Tammy, Daphney, and myself, we can say, man, we're gonna get on this workout plan, and we can go to the same gym, have the same trainer, and each have a different dietary plan and workout plan. Because our regimen, our metabolisms, and what we are addicted to eating are different. So the same way with our sin pattern and habit.